What's up, guys? It's me, Grey Wolf, back to do another video for you. This is episode 16 of Boxy Brown. Take it away, Boxy.
I ain't hearing that, see. You asking or you telling? Cause nobody tells Boxy Brown.
Alright, guys, this should be a relatively short Boxy Brown episode. I don't have a whole lot here. Mostly small packages in one box. It's not even a big box, so a lot of that stuff I don't even remember what it is. But first item up for bids, RPM shock tower, or not the shock tower. I'm sorry, the body mount and the posts for a rustler. Well, in this case, it's going to go on a rustler, of course. You know, rustler slash stampede. It's all the same crap. As long as you stick with the two-wheel versions, they're all the same. But yeah, I love RPM parts. For my money, it just does not get any better than RPM. I got one of my kits that's the mount's kind of broken on my rustler, so that'll be nice for that. Let's see what else we got here. Next, I know what this is. This should be the RPM. Yep, this is the RPM replacement. I actually broke an RPM axle carrier for my rustler. Don't ask me how. It just literally snapped, which is highly unusual. I sent a part in. They sent me one part back. I was actually kind of hoping to get two parts back, because the first part, well, I mean, it's really my fault that I didn't get the other one replaced, but I didn't realize that RPM had such an amazing warranty. They have a really good warranty. It's not what you might what a lot of people like to say is they like to say that it's like a no questions asked return policy, or, you know, exchange policy, or whatever you want to call it. That's not necessarily the case, but unless it's just really, really messed up, apparently they don't really ask too many questions, and the parts have, I think they have a lifetime warranty, a limited lifetime warranty. So anyway, I broke, the first one broke on me, and I think it was actually a bad batch, because the first one broke on me. I didn't know about the replacement. I just ordered another pair. I put it on there, and then the other side broke, you know, not just a few runs later. So anyway, by that time I'd figured out, somebody had mentioned on my forums that RPM actually has a really, really, really good warranty policy. So I sent a broken piece into them. They sent me one back. So that's pretty cool. I did mention the fact that the other one had broke too, but I didn't know their return policy at the time. I was hoping they would be kind and send me a pair of them, but they didn't, and that's fine. That was my own fault, so whatever. Got this. I have no clue what this is. It's a big package, but it doesn't feel like there's anything in it. There ain't much in it. Okay, so this is a package of 10 510 ohm half-watt resistors that came in this envelope. Let's see if I can get it in perspective for you. This little thin package of resistors came in this gigantic envelope. That's kind of ridiculous. So at any rate, I read online somewhere, the reason I ordered these, and this will probably interest you guys. The reason I ordered these, and I actually ordered 2 or 3 different sets of 500 ohm resistors, because this is something I went and picked up today, so it's not in a package, but I picked this up at my local Home Depot. It's a set of 21 drill bits from Ryobi. I've been needing some new drill bits for a long time. These are titanium coated drill bits. They had them on sale. The package says over $30 value. I'm assuming if you buy them all separately, it would be over $30. But they were on sale on top of that, because normally I think the regular price that they had listed was 17 or 18 bucks for the pack. It was on sale for $13.99. So I went ahead and picked it up because I'll show you guys my current set of drill bits. This is my current set of drill bits, which are generic, I guess. I don't know. It says Aggressor by Blue Mole, BLU-MOL. Now, I'm not a huge tool guy. Like, I know Craftsman, I know Snap-on, stuff like that. I don't know, maybe Blue Mole is a good brand, I don't know, but I've had these things for years. In fact, I want to say I bought these back in 1999 or maybe even 2000. It was a pretty decent set when I bought it. It's not the greatest though. The bits are just regular, you know, I guess they're just regular steel or whatever. They're not titanium coated, which I don't even know if that means anything. I don't know if that makes a damn or not, but at any rate, some of the bits in this pack actually have gotten fairly dull, especially some of the smaller ones that I've used repeatedly to drill holes through metal and whatnot. They've gotten to the point where they just don't work very well anymore. I've tried sharpening them, and that helps temporarily, but it just doesn't help very much. And then the case actually used to be held together by just plastic, as you can see, and that eventually broke, and I had to just rig some zip ties in here to kind of keep it together or whatever. But now it's hard to open and close and stuff like that. So as you can see, this was a sorely needed upgrade, so I'm kind of pretty happy about that. These can go bye-bye. Last but not least, I know what this is, or at least I'm pretty sure I know what this is. This, if I'm not mistaken, is a Pico P3 20.28 cubic inch engine, nitro engine, which is going to go in my Loziate Truggy 2.0 Truggy. But I want to get it modded first. Yep, that's what it is. I want to get it modded first, and then once I get it modded and I get the money, there's a company out there called Extreme RC Mods. The guy that owns it, his name is Robin, and the guy knows more about nitro engines than any other human being I've ever spoken to in my entire life. The guy knows his engines, and basically what he told me was the Pico P3 28 is about it's pretty much one of the cheapest. It's pretty much one of the cheapest quality nitro engines that you can get that's made in Italy. All of the good high-end, high-quality motors are all made in Italy. The Novarasi's, the Picos, they're all made in Italy. All the good ones are made in Italy. The rest of them are all made in China. And not to say that they're not good, but they're not as good. They can definitely, the cheaper Chinese ones, like the for example, the LRP .28 Spec 3. Everybody knows that engine. If you do nitros, you know that engine. You've at least heard of that engine, because it's one of the. Sorry about that. My camera battery died right in the middle of filming, and it gave me no warning. It went from it had my battery indicator's got 4 bars and it was it had 2 bars when I started, but it dropped to 1 bar pretty quick, and then it didn't stay at 1 bar, but maybe 5 minutes before it died. Figured I had more time than that, but at any rate, so what I was saying was the LRP 28 Spec 3. It's a Chinese-made motor. It's been rebadged, and actually LRP isn't even the one that created the engine. SH, if you're familiar with SH engines, SH was actually the original creator of the engine. LRP cloned it. A lot of companies have cloned it. LRP cloned it. The Losi 454 engine that comes in the ready-to-run versions of like the Losi XXL, the Losi 8 Truggy. It's a rebadged LRP 28 Spec 3. There's a scat of other companies that have done it too. But anyway, that is, that's like that's a great motor. It's probably one of the best budget motors. You can pick the I'm sorry, I'm calling it motors. It's an engine. Motors, electric, engines, nitro. I get them. I use them interchangeably sometimes when I shouldn't. But at any rate, that particular engine is probably one of the best budget engines that you can buy. You can pick them up for, man, I want to say you can pick them up for $125 or something like that, especially off of eBay. I know for a fact you can't off of eBay, because I bought my Losi 454 off of eBay for about $120. So, but at any rate, getting back to the point, the Pico P328, you can pick up brand new for around 180, 190 bucks. So it's not a big price jump to go from, like, say, an LRP 28 Spec 3 to a Pico P328. Both engines are great engines in and of themselves. The Pico obviously is the better engine. The cool thing about the Pico P3 though is the timing, all the timing settings and stuff of this engine are very conservative. So if you send it out to a place like ERCM, Extreme RC Mods, if you send it out to a guy like Robin to have it modded, it comes back just a beast of an engine. Because it's, the timing is so conservative on it, he can really hop up the timing and just turn it into an absolute monster of a power plant. And then his tune pipes that he makes are unparalleled. There's nothing else like them. I've never actually owned one yet, but I've seen scads of videos. There's a guy in my forum who is trying to see how fast he can make a Nitro Savage go. He has a Pico P328 that was modded by Robin. He's got one of Robin's exhaust pipes for it. So far, he's gotten it up to, I want to say it was 69.8 miles an hour. I mean, for a Nitro Savage, that's just ridiculous. And you can tell in his videos, this motor just absolutely screams between the mods, or between the mod and the pipe that Robin did up for it. It's just an absolute monster. Now, the one thing that kind of concerns me about this is I did buy it used. It was off of a forum member who has good ratings and stuff. So this should be a very good used engine. This is the engine, and apparently he left the, wow, that's not right. That's way too loose. But that's fine. I'll be taking that off anyway, or I'll shim it up or something. But at any rate, this is the engine. I did buy it used, but according to the guy that I bought it from, and he's, like I said, he's a pretty stand-up guy from my forums. He claims that basically he got 2 tanks into the engine past break-in, and then his steering servo went out, and then I guess it sat for a little while, and then he decided to get out of nitros altogether. He's converting all of his stuff over to electrics. Apparently he's decided he's more of an electric guy. So the reason I took a chance on this, well, that's old and nasty. The reason I took a chance on this was because not only did I pretty much trust him, at least to some degree, but I got a hell of a deal on it. Like I said, new, these motors are wow. New, these motors are 180, 190 bucks. I got this motor with the pull start. It has this aftermarket Ascendancy, is that what this is? Ascendancy racing clutch set up on it, which I'm not familiar with that brand, but looking at it, it looks actually like it's really nice. But it came with that clutch setup. It also came with a roto start that supposedly fits it. Brand new air filter, which it's an HPI air filter. I'm not sure why he sent that exactly, but whatever. He sent another flywheel and a set of, actually it looks like 2 sets of extra clutch shoes for the clutch. Oh, and he also bought a Boca replacement bearing for the front bearing. Not that the front bearing needs replaced, but he was going to tear it down and seal it at the time when he bought this, so he bought it to go ahead and replace the standard bearing with the good Boca bearing. Being a Pico, I'll probably just run on the I mean, the bearings should be fine since it's a Pico. I'm assuming they use high quality bearings, so I'll probably just run on the bearing that's in there, and I'll keep that one as a backup. So at any rate, the only bad thing was it does have a couple of little nicks right around the edge where you can tell he did flip it up and or you know, he did flip his kit and scratch it up, but it's relatively minor. I saw this in the pictures before I bought it, so you know, it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But anyway, I got all of this stuff for $100 shipped. So I figure if it really is 2 tanks past break-in, then it's really quite a steal, assuming that he broke it in properly, which, you know, he seems to know his nitro. You know, I'm not going to say he's like an expert or anything, but I believe he knows his nitro well enough to know how to break in a motor at least halfway decently. So at any rate, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. What I really want to check though is I'm going to take the good Lord, that glow plug was really in there tight. But I want to take the glow plug out and test the pinch without the glow plug in there, because as long as it's still got a lot of pinch left in it, it's still moddable by Robin, and it does act like it's got some pinch in it, as you can hear. It's definitely got pinch. I don't know. I'll have to get him to watch this part of the video and tell me what he thinks about the amount of pinch just from what he could hear and see. But it seems like it's got decent pinch left in it. Robin prefers to only mod brand new engines, but if it's a decent quality engine, one that he knows he can mod, you know, pretty well, and it still has pinch left in the sleeve, he will go ahead and pinch them. So anyway, I'm really excited to get my hands on a Pico. This is actually my first Pico. the best engine. In fact, most of the engines I've been using up to this point, well, I would say the best engine I've used up to this point is the LRP 28 Spec 3. I've got one in my double XL. I've also used an OS 30 VG. It's a good motor, but, you know, I don't know, it's torquier. You know, it definitely has more low-end grunt than the LRP 28, but it definitely doesn't have the high, it's not nearly as fast. It doesn't have the high end that the 28 has, so it's good for what it is. It's great in a heavy kit, in a really heavy kit, it's great. Or if you have room to play with gearing, you know, it'd probably be a little bit better, but it's, yeah, you know, it's a good engine, but it's not spectacular. And then I have used the K4.6 HPI engine before, and it's a mediocre engine. I would never buy one again, just because you can get the LRP 28 Spec 3 for about the same price, and it's a better engine. So, you know, that being said, I'm trying to sell I have a brand new one that I'm trying to sell right now, and I'm going to throw it up. I'm going to end up throwing it up on eBay. But at any rate, I rambled on about my Pico long enough. I'm just really excited about the Pico. So, at any rate, that's what I plan on doing. Once I get it modded and get the exhaust for it and stuff, I will definitely be putting up some videos, hopefully in the spring. If not, definitely by the summer, I would imagine I can get that stuff squared away. So, anyway, be on the lookout for that. And until next time, you can look up my RC pics or leave me questions and comments on my Facebook page. I use my Facebook page for all my RC pics and just to chat about general stuff. I generally try to keep updates on my page about new stuff that's coming out, or any kind of like mega sales that I see or whatever. So check that out at www.facebook.com/GrayWolfStudios74, no spaces. Or if you want to email me your questions and comments, you can do that too at GrayWolfStudios74 at gmail.com. Peace.